Welcome to Physics Trek. I'm Alan J, here with another worked solution to help you improve your physics and to show you best practice in answering questions. This question can only be answered in two parts. Since we aren't given enough information to work through directly with one equation of motion, we need to find the retardation first and use this to calculate the extra distance moved. Question 4. The speed of a goods truck that has been shunted onto a level siding falls from 10 km per hour to 5 km per hour in moving a distance of 30 meters. If the retardation is constant, how much further will the truck travel before coming to rest? Answer to 2 decimal places. So here are our equations of motion and their quantities in blue down the side for quick reference. Now we write out the information given in the question in symbol form. Well, since we require the distance in meters, we must convert kilometers per hour to meters per second. Simple enough, multiply the kilometers by 1,000 to make it meters and divide by the number of seconds in an hour, 3,600. So we have U is equal to 10 kilometers per hour, which translates to 10 times 1,000 divided by 3,600. Zeros cancel, which gives us 100 divided by 36, which equals 2.778 meters per second. Now for V, V's 5 kilometers per hour, which is half U. So we just divide our previous answer by 2, which gives us 1.3889 meters per second. And we know that the distance S is equal to 30 meters. So let's quickly draw our diagram. This is the distance S, which is equal to 30 meters. We have our initial velocity U, which is 2.778 meters per second. Final velocity V, which is 1.3889 meters per second. And we need to find out what is the acceleration A. Well, we are given U, V and S, and we are required to find A, so the obvious choice of equation is V squared minus U squared equals 2AS. So here is our equation, V squared minus U squared equals 2AS. First thing we do is switch the equation around. So 2AS is equal to V squared minus U squared. We want A on its own, so we divide both sides by 2S, cancels out on the left, so we're left with A is equal to V squared minus U squared over 2S. Now all that remains to work out the acceleration A is to put numbers in the equation. Okay, so here we are, A equals V squared, which is 1.389 squared, minus U squared, which is 2.778 squared, divided by 2S, which is 2 times 30. This comes to 1.9290 minus 7.7173 divided by 60. And this comes down to minus 0.0964 meters per second. And now that we have the acceleration, or should I say deceleration, it does have a negative sign, we need to find the further distance travelled, S. It will be easier if we deal with this second part as a separate question rather than having subscripts to our symbols everywhere. So in this part, the initial velocity U equals 1.3889 meters per second. This is the final velocity from the first part of the question. And the final velocity here is 0 meters per second when the truck comes to rest. So we have U, V and A and need to find S. So obviously we use V squared minus U squared equals 2AS again. This time we'll make S the subject of the equation. But before we do that, let's write everything down in a diagram. U equals 1.3889 meters per second. and at the end of the motion the velocity is 0 meters per second. We don't know the distance s, and we've just worked out what the acceleration or deceleration is. A is equal to minus 0.0964 meters per second squared. So let's find s. Well, the first thing to do is to write down our equation, v squared minus u squared equals 2as. Turn it around, so 2s is on the left. 2as is equal to v squared minus u squared. Divide both sides by 2a, remember we want s. So s is equal to v squared minus u squared divided by 2a. So put in the numbers in. S is equal to 0 squared, which is 0, minus 1.3889 all squared, divided by 2 times 0 minus 0.0964, which comes out to minus 1.929 divided by minus 0.1928, which gives the value of s to be 10.0052. So here is our final answer. The further distance travelled by the truck is equal to 10.01 meters to 2 decimal places. And that's all for now. I hope this video has helped you out. Do look out for more worked solutions on the topic equations of motion, more coming soon. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Please do subscribe to the channel and be the first to see all the latest releases.